guy who bullied me in high school is now stalking me and just broke into my house. I am terrified. Posted by you/throwaway crazy ex-classmate. This honestly sounds like some kind of thriller movie, but it's happening to me in real life. I need to vent and maybe get advice because I'm honestly shaking as I write this. So let me start at the beginning. This goes back years. High school, 2008 to 2012. I went to high school with this guy named Derek. Back then, I was very overweight and shy, typical nerdy girl, bad acne, glasses, overweight, always buried in books. I was never popular, and I kept to myself a lot. Derek, on the other hand, was one of those popular jock types. Star on the football team, hung out with all the cool kids, good-looking in that smug way. He loved to pick on me. He called me whale and lard-ass constantly, not just in passing, but loudly in front of crowds in the hallway, in the cafeteria, even in class when teachers weren't looking. Some examples burned in my brain forever. In gym class, he once snapped a photo of me during a fitness test and posted it to Facebook with the caption, "How does she even fit in the gym?" #Free Willy. I cried in the locker room for an hour. Another time in the cafeteria, I was walking with my tray, and he accidentally bumped into me, knocking everything onto the floor, then loudly said, "Oh no, Whale's gonna starve now." His friends laughed. No one stood up for me. In the senior yearbook superlatives, someone submitted me for biggest appetite as a joke. I'm 99% sure it was him. It wasn't just name-calling. Derek would follow me to my locker with his friends and make whale noises or say earthquake if I walked past them. By senior year, my self-esteem was in the gutter. I stopped going to dances, avoided the cafeteria, spent lunch in the library. I hated myself, college, and weight loss. After graduation, I left my hometown and went to college about 2 hours away. I threw myself into getting healthy, both mentally and physically. Therapy, running, eating better. It took a few years, but by the time I was 24, I'd lost about 90 pounds. I felt like a new person. I still struggled with some body image issues, but I finally started to feel okay about myself. I hadn't thought about Derek in years. The first message, 2020, during the pandemic lockdown, I got a Facebook friend request from Derek. I was honestly shocked. I hadn't spoken to him since high school. Then he sent me a message. "Hey, not sure if you remember me from school. You look amazing now. Always kinda had a crush, but was too dumb to say it. Hope you're doing good." I was floored. A crush? After all that bullying? I didn't reply. Over the next couple of weeks, he kept messaging. "You look beautiful. We should catch up sometime. I always knew you were special." I finally replied, "Please don't contact me. You bullied me badly in school. I'm not interested." I blocked him on Facebook. Escalation. That should have been the end. But no, somehow it only fueled him. He started following my Instagram from a new account, then TikTok, then LinkedIn. I blocked him everywhere. A couple months later, I started noticing weird things. Flowers left on my front porch with no note. Anonymous, "You're beautiful," DMs from new burner accounts. Once, I came out to my car and found a handwritten letter under the wiper. "I've always loved you. We belong together." That's when I knew this was serious. I contacted the police and filed for a restraining order. I provided screenshots and explained everything. I got a temporary protective order. Derek was officially served. For about a month, nothing. I started to breathe again. The break-in. Then, last weekend, I came home from a trip and immediately knew something was wrong. My back door lock was busted. My bedroom drawers were rifled through. My heart dropped. I checked my jewelry box. Some personal items were gone. An old bracelet my grandmother gave me. A box of photos. A couple of letters from an ex. It wasn't a normal robbery. Whoever did this took personal things. Things that meant something to me. I checked my security camera and caught Derek on video entering through the back door. I completely freaked out. Called the police. They came, took the footage, and filed an official report for breaking and entering and violation of the restraining order. Now there's an active warrant for Derek's arrest. Current situation. I'm staying at a friend's house because I don't feel safe at home anymore. I've upgraded my locks, got cameras on every entry point, and I'm looking into getting a full security system. I honestly feel sick. This guy tormented me for years, and now he's trying to insert himself into my life in this scary, obsessive way. I'm terrified of what he might do next. Guy who bullied me horribly in high school for being overweight is now stalking me. After I lost weight, he claimed he'd always loved me. I blocked him and got a restraining order. Now he broke into my house and stole personal items. Cops are involved. This is crazy and terrifying. If anyone has advice on protecting myself, getting through this, or what to expect legally, please share. I feel trapped and scared. The guy who bullied me in high school and stalked me was arrested. But it's not over yet. I'm still terrified. Posted by you/throwaway crazy ex-classmate. Hi Reddit. Here's an update for everyone who followed my original post. Link here. Short version. The guy who bullied me horribly in high school, Derek, started stalking me after I lost weight, ignored my restraining order, broke into my house and stole personal items, and now he's been arrested. But honestly, this is still really scary. The arrest. After the break-in, I gave the police the security footage. They issued a warrant for Derek's arrest. But for a couple weeks, nothing seemed to happen. Then last Thursday morning, I got a call from the detective on my case. We've picked him up. Apparently Derek was pulled over during a traffic stop, and because of the active warrant, he was arrested on the spot. He's now being charged with breaking and entering, violation of a restraining order, theft because of the personal items he stole. When they searched his apartment, they found the bracelet from my grandmother and some of the other missing items. I started crying when the detective told me. It's so creepy that he kept those things. A couple days ago, I had to appear at a court hearing about extending the restraining order. Derek was there in court in a jumpsuit. When I walked in, he stared at me the whole time. Cold, unblinking. It gave me chills. When the judge asked if I wanted to speak, I stood up, voice shaking, and said, "This man bullied me in high school for years. Now he is stalking me and broke into my home. I am afraid for my life." The judge granted a full restraining order for 5 years, but I honestly don't know if that piece of paper will stop him. What Derek said, this blew my mind. When the judge asked if Derek had anything to say, he mumbled, "I just wanted to show her we could be together. She doesn't know what's good for her." My stomach dropped. That's when I realized, in his mind, this isn't over. He's convinced this is some kind of love story. Where it stands now, he's in county jail awaiting trial. I'll have to testify when the time comes. His lawyer is already trying to claim he was emotionally unstable and didn't mean harm, but honestly, I'm terrified he'll get a slap on the wrist and come after me again. I've installed a full security system in my house, moved in with a friend temporarily, and even talked to a victim's advocate about staying safe. But it's exhausting. How did it come to this? I keep thinking about high school, how he used to humiliate me, how worthless I felt. And now this same person is obsessed with me to the point of breaking into my home. It's surreal and terrifying. Derek, the guy who bullied me in high school and stalked me after I lost weight, was arrested after breaking into my home. He's awaiting trial, and I have a full restraining order now. But I'm still terrified of what could happen next. Top comment by you/safety first always. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Please stay vigilant and consider a personal alarm or self-defense class 2. This guy sounds deeply unstable. Comment by you/trauma survivor 88. The fact that he stole personal items and made those comments in court is chilling. You are absolutely right to be scared. Stay safe. OP, document everything. Comment by you/lawyer lady here. As a lawyer, get victim advocacy involved, keep pressing charges, and prepare for trial. This man is dangerous and escalation is real. Sending you strength. Final update. Derek was convicted, and I'm finally starting to heal. Here's what happened. and what I learned. Posted by you /throwaway crazy ex-classmate. Hey Reddit, this is my last update on the nightmare that was Derek, the guy who bullied me in high school, stalked me after I lost weight and broke into my home. After months of court hearings and anxiety, the trial finally happened, and I want to share how it went and what's next for me. The trial lasted 3 days. I had to relive everything: the bullying, the stalking, the break-in, in front of the judge, jury, Derek, and his lawyers. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Derek's lawyer tried to paint him as mentally ill and misunderstood, saying he didn't intend real harm and that it was unrequited love. But the evidence was overwhelming. The security footage, police reports, the restraining order, and my testimony. During cross-examination, Derek even admitted to entering my home, but claimed he only wanted to talk and make things right. Yeah, right. The jury took less than 2 hours to decide. Derek was found guilty of breaking and entering, violation of a restraining order, theft of personal property. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison, plus mandatory counseling and no contact orders for 10 years. I cried in the courtroom when the verdict was read. Relief, exhaustion, and a weird kind of closure all at once. Since the trial, I moved to a new city for a fresh start, new job, new apartment, new life. Therapy has helped me rebuild my self-esteem and cope with the trauma. I joined a support group for survivors of stalking and harassment. I've started dating again, cautiously, but I'm trying. Most importantly, I'm learning to forgive myself for the years I felt broken because of Derek's bullying. What I want others to know: if you're being bullied or stalked, please reach out for help. You are not alone, and this kind of behavior is never your fault. Don't ignore red flags. Restraining orders, police reports, and security measures can save your life. Healing is a process. It's okay to be scared, angry, or hurt, but you can come back stronger. Thank you to everyone who read, commented, and supported me through this. It meant more than I can say. This chapter is closing, but I'm looking forward to writing the rest of my story on my own terms. Derek, my high school bully turned stalker, was convicted and sentenced to prison. I'm finally safe, healing, and starting over. It's been the hardest thing I've faced, but I'm hopeful for the future. Top comment by you /Healing Warrior. Thank you for sharing your journey. You are so strong, and I'm glad justice was served. Wishing you all the best in your fresh start. Comment by you /Boundaries Matter. Incredible strength to face him in court and move on. Your story gives hope to many dealing with similar trauma.